Everyone wants to leave Notion, and everyone hits the same wall. It's not finding an app that does docs and boards. It's that Notion's real trick has no clean open-source copy. Today, 5 self-hostable alternatives that actually work, and the one decision that decides whether your migration takes an afternoon or a month.
Right, so let's name the wall first. In Notion, a database row is also a page. That fusion of database and document is the thing people are addicted to, and as we'll see, not one of these fully reproduces it. So pick based on which half you actually need.
Here's the short list at a glance. 5 projects, all actively maintained, sorted by GitHub stars. AFFiNE leads at about 68,000, then SiYuan and Logseq in the 40s, AFFiNE and Trilium in the high 30s. Licenses matter here, so keep an eye on that column.
Start with AFFiNE because it's the closest thing to Notion in spirit. Block-based editing, plus an actual whiteboard mode in the same canvas, which Notion itself doesn't really do.
It's the most ambitious project on this list, and the most active, pushed within the last day. The honest caveat is 2 things. It's still maturing, so expect rough edges, and its license shows as non-standard on the data, so read the actual license file before you build anything commercial on it. For personal self-hosting, none of that matters.
If your real need is note-taking rather than the whole workspace, look at SiYuan and Logseq. Both are block-based, both store locally, both HPL. SiYuan feels more like a Notion-style document. Logseq is an outliner that builds a graph out of your daily notes.
The split is simple. Pick SiYuan if you think in pages and want offline-first documents. Pick Logseq if you think in bullets and backlinks and want a networked second brain. Both are AGPL, which is totally fine for self-hosting. It only becomes a question if you plan to fork one into a product you sell.
Now, if what you actually replace Notion for was a team wiki, AFFiNE is the one. Clean Notion-like editor, real collaborative editing, built for a knowledge base that a whole company reads.
One thing to flag. AFFiNE is source available rather than a classic open-source license. The data shows it as non-standard. So again, check the current terms before a commercial deployment. As a wiki for your own team, it's the most polished pick here.
Last one, Trilium, and there's a wrinkle worth knowing. The original repo, Zatem/Trilium, is the famous one at 36,000 stars, but the maintainer stepped back, and the community moved to a fork called Trilium next. So if you adopt Trilium today, point at the actively maintained fork, not the archived original.
Trilium is the power user choice, hierarchical notes, scripting, relations, a genuine personal knowledge base. It's the most capable and the least beginner-friendly. Great if you want to engineer your notes. Overkill if you just wanted prettier docs.
So back to that wall. None of these reproduces Notion's database row as a page fusion or Notion AI inline. AFFiNE is closest in ambition but isn't there yet. Be honest about whether that fusion is the feature you can't live without.
Quick gut check on who should not switch. If your whole team runs on linked databases with rollups and formulas, you'll fight the migration, stay, or budget real time. If you mostly use Notion as docs plus the occasional board, any tool here will make you happy.
When you do move, here's the playbook. Export from Notion as Markdown plus CSV. Databases come out as CSV, pages as Markdown. Use a community converter like Notion to Obsidian or Notion to Outline to improve import quality.
And a word on how we rank these, because that's the whole point of the site. We don't count features. We look at GitHub activity to check it's really maintained, the actual license, and what it lets you do, how hard it is to self-host, and an honest read on who it's for.
That's the 5. The full list stays updated as stars and activity change, with the comparison table and migration notes, links in the description. If this saved you a research afternoon, subscribe. We do one of these every week and a new tool every day.